sex trafficking of girls in Canada. And the Canadian Women's Foundation, actually, before I even came to the foundation, started a task force of 24 experts who went around the country and met with 160 survivors and over 260 organizations and looked at this practice that's happening in Canada that many people are unaware of. They think that this is something that happens outside of Canada somewhere else, and they don't realize that it's actually happening at home. And so the Canadian Women's Foundation actually put together this research and report that took 2 years for them to bring this to conclusion. And this report now can be found on their website, and it really talks about how what their discussions were with the survivors of sex trafficking, what age. And it's really interesting because when I was there, I found out that the age that a girl is mostly trafficked is around the age of 13. And they're really lured into this practice, and so it's really important for us to educate our girls and tell them what it means, what it looks like when there are boys in the mall trying to lure you into things that you should be really aware of. So these are things that I think the South Asian Women's Center and I think many other women's organizations are trying to bring awareness to this really bad issue that's happening in the world today and in Canada as well. And to try to raise funds now to say, when we think about gender equality, what do we need to do for these women? So it's not just about stopping this practice, but it's also what are the supports that we're going to bring for these women? They have suffered, so what supports can we bring in to prevent this practice? But also what supports can we have after they've been through such a traumatic experience in their life? And this is where we think that Ritu has come in and brought in this yogathon today to say, how do we raise funds to ensure that we put in some tools, some changes that help these women to understand that there is life and there is help and there is support.
I think a lot of times women don't know that abuse is even happening.
Oh yeah.
Right? And they just don't speak up because they don't know. It's something they might have seen. This could be a cycle. And sometimes
they excuse it.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's like something's happened where it can feel harsh, but then maybe the man's like, I'm so sorry, and it can seem like a nurturing relationship.
And I think that's around the whole violence against women, right? So I think this is something that even KRIPA could talk more about, but it's really around, women have no support. They don't have any resources. Sometimes they take it because they don't know how to get out of it. So I think it's a lot, and even in terms of the sex trafficking I talked about earlier, when these girls are lured, they have no idea it's happening to them. They have no idea what they're getting into. They think it's a nice boyfriend relationship, but it really isn't. So I think that's where the raising of the awareness, the issues, the domestic violence, and the support structures that need to be around are very, very important for us to go out and raise awareness of these things and let people know that there are available resources in the community.
As a mom, what should I do to help bring that kind of awareness and self-esteem into my own daughter's life?
For me, it's all around communication. It's to talk to your daughters, your sons, and I think what KRIPA alluded to earlier is you also want to raise your sons to be aware of these issues and raise them to be good men. Show them the values. Teach your daughter to be, help her to be empowered to make her own good decisions. And as I said earlier too, is education. We need to provide good education for our girls and our boys, and you have to do it to both of them because he needs to know how to respect and value a girl and understand that she is equal to him. And she has to understand and have the confidence to say, yes, I am equal to him and I have the power for my own destiny. And I think communication and education are very, very important for you and your daughter and for all of us and our daughters.
Absolutely.
And I think that in raising your daughter, you also need to be able to create a space for her where she's able to relate to her father, but also for you to be able to speak to your spouse so that he's sensitive, aware, and very, very understanding of how to support a little girl growing up in a very male-dominated world. And I think women are beginning to get that power. It's very sad. We go 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. But I think slowly but surely women like yourself, you're a wonderful young woman, I'm sure, in your home. the fact that you're talking about these issues, and I'm sure he's a young man who's supporting these issues.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So this is wonderful to know, and I'm hoping that there'll be a lot more, that this will become a movement in and of itself.
What does it mean to be limitless to you?
So it's interesting. I think, for me, I would say limitless means allowing girls to have access and opportunity that every man has. So I think for us women, we need to be able to have a healthy, educated life, an empowered life where we can make decisions that are good for us and for others, and to have access and opportunities that are equal. So for me, if that happens, then life will be limitless, and then we can achieve anything.
I think for me it is, like you said, dreams. I know that people think that dreams don't come true. South Asian Women's Center was in a very bad place in 2010 when the federal government cut all our funding, and there were no reasons given to it. There were 38 agencies, if you remember, in Toronto and the GTA that lost all their funding. And it was a time when everybody thought the agency would close. And we felt that no, the women in the community needed that support. And it's been hard work, it's been tireless, but you know what? We're getting there. And there are dreams that we have for the center, and slowly but surely the bricks are falling into place. So keep dreaming, because believe me, it does work. You need to dream, and dream positive, dream good things that will happen to make this world a positive place.
I absolutely love that. Thank you so much, both of you, for sharing.
Let's step out of our comfort zone together. Join us every Wednesday and Sunday as we talk people, community, trends, and being limitless. Tweet us at IAM Limitless TV, hashtag IAM Limitless. And if you like this, please subscribe to our IAM Limitless TV channel. Until next time, that's a wrap. Love and limitless.